Hi guys, welcome back to another session. In this session, we will be taking up a topic, dunning. Yes, dunning is a process of sending reminders to your customers for the amounts due. This is a case where organizations tend to send reminder to the customers, and with with increasing number of reminders, the aggressiveness of the content of reminder also increases. I'm not talking about threatening. I'm talking about, for example, if a mobile phone company sends you a bill for a due, if you don't pay, they send you a second reminder, third reminder. They warn you of disconnecting your, connection. Then on the final reminder, they send you a notice from the court or the notary. So this is the intensity of the letter I was talking. In SAP, these are divided into levels. Levels of dunning. The first would be like just a basic reminder, then next it would be just a warning, then the legal notice, and so on. In SAP, maximum number of levels, dunning levels can be maintained are 9. Okay, this is in theory. I have never seen any of my clients using maximum 9 levels, sending 9 types of reminders. No, no. Maximum 3 to 4, depending on the company and depending on the size of the organization. Okay, or up to 5, you can say that. That's no strict number. Okay, this is what I'm saying. This depends on organization or country to country. Okay, rest of the information I can share you when we are along with the configuration. In my let's head back to SAP screen and start. This has no linkage with any of the topics discussed previously. Anyways, my previous topic I discussed was partial incoming and partial residual payments. Sorry, incoming payments under partial and residual payments. So today we are taking up dunning. In this session, this has no linking with the previous topics. Okay, this is an independent topic. Let's head back to SAP. Since its configuration, I already have display IMG opened, where all the configuration take place under accounts receivable and payable. Under business transactions, we have this dunning. First, basic settings for dunning. Let's define dunning areas. What is a dunning area? This is not required, but in fact, I'm not going to create one. This is an interview question, by the way. What is a dunning area? It is like, for example, let me head back to my Excel. Dunning area. For example, I set up a dunning program. Okay. I have also configured various levels of dunning 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. But these levels may have some text in them. That is the body of the letter. We say, I want them to be different for different parts of the world. Assuming the organization is operating in many countries. Okay. I would say that my organization would use 4 dunning levels, but the text should be different for each of the parts of the world. For example, north, south, east, and west. There comes dunning area. So I would create 4 dunning areas. north, south, east, and west. This is only an example for dunning area. You can take any example. It can be anything. So I would be assigning one dunning area to multiple levels. Okay, here, let me do it this way. And for south, I'll be having some more with the same levels, sorry, and with a different text. Similarly for east, I'll be having similar dunning levels with a different text. For west, similarly. I hope you understood the concept of dunning areas. Dunning areas basically subdivide your requirements actually. One thing to be noticed here, I only have 4 dunning levels in my company. It's only that depending on the area or jurisdiction, I change the text, the letter of the body, the text of the body, sorry. All right. Or you can say body of the letter as well. That's it for dunning areas. Let's head back to the SAP screen. We need not create one. We're not going for multiple dunning areas anyways. So straightly head up to dunning procedure. This is very important. Dunning procedure is not that something you need a definition for. All the dunning configurations are included in dunning procedure itself. The T code for the same is excuse me. I'm just waiting for the T code to appear there. So the T code is FBMP. The T code is FBMP. Let's execute. All right, there are many existing dunning areas. Oh, sorry, my mistake. There are many existing dunning procedures. Let's create one. A new dunning procedure. Dunning procedure name be anything. I give 9001. Being my company code. Description, it's up to you. And dunning interval in days. This depicts what is the days, what are the gap, what is the gap between 2 dunning notices. Okay, you're sending to customer. That means if I send a notice to customer today, then in how many days do you wish to send another notice? Let me take 10 days approx. Number of dunning levels, as I told you, we won't be using 9. Let's use 3. And just a trick or a tip, how do you remember that the maximum number of dunning levels are 9, as I told you earlier in my Excel? It is because here you see number of dunning levels, there is only field for 1 digit, and the maximum number of digits that can be fallen in one field is, sorry, the maximum value of a digit could be 9, right? 9 is the maximum value under single digit. 10 would be 2, right? Other fields are not so important, not ever important at all. Then very important is this standard transaction dunning. Unless you check this, system won't let you move forward. All right, I'm done with the screen. Further screens will be guided through here. This is an overview. Next, we are going to dunning levels. We'll be looking after each of them one by one. Click on Dunning levels. Only item interest calculation indicators are allowed. I'm seeing this error for the first time. Give me a moment. I check mark this and all the item interest. Let me check. It's talking about an interest indicator. Then maybe because this is a different version, for the version I use in for my client does not allow me or does not show me an error here. This is a good learning for you if you face this error. But I don't want to use any interest indicator, by the way. If I remove this check mark, system gives me an error. This is fine. This is a known error. Only item interest calculation indicators are allowed. Well, I'm forced to choose one of them. I choose 01. However, I won't be, this will be only in the selection screen. I won't be using it anyways. That's okay. So if you are forced to enter an interest indicator, just drop down and select any one of them. That's not going to impact. And as in when you click Dunning levels, there would be a warning saying, reference Dunning procedure has 0 Dunning levels. Correct, because that's our next step we're going to do. Press enter and skip this warning. There. System shall compute for you. How many days in errors are you going to do the reminders? Let's see. Dunning level. How many levels of Dunning did I choose there in the previous screen? Well, 3. So 1, 2, and 3. So system says days in arrears. That means system says if Dunning is done today, the first level, then the second level Dunning will be done after 10 days, and the third level Dunning will be done after the 20 days. It's up to you. If you wish to change them, you can please go ahead. Else, now look, system asks calculate interest or no. I'm not going to check mark them. That means interest indicator is off. So in the previous screen where we entered an interest indicator is nullified now. So for the print parameters, always done. Yes, I need a Dunning every time I print, and print all items, please. That's it. Okay, next. Coming up to charges. System asks you the currency. It's up to you what currency you wish to use. You can use. I'm using INR. For Dunning level, what these basically charges are. Look, Dunning is sending a reminder. Agreed. Sending a reminder will incur a cost to company, either stationery or post or miscellaneous activities. Do you want to charge your customer for that? If yes, you can maintain them. If not, you can just ignore them. Now, how do I maintain? What is this from Dunning amount, Dunning charge? Look, it's like if my customer is due for certain amount, for example, 10,000, I would assess a Dunning charge of this much. If my customer is due for more than 50,000, I would make him a more Dunning charge. I would impose a more Dunning charge. That's the computation here, which business should tell me. Or you can also tell the percentages to the system. System will automatically calculate the Dunning charge. One important thing to be noticed here is, and in fact, this can be part of your interview question as well. My customer is due for 10,000, for example, overdue. I'm sending him a reminder. On 10,000, suppose 500 is the Dunning charge. Will this 500 be included in my invoice? or anywhere in my SAP? No. This dunning charge is an additional amount only printed in the dunning statement or the reminder. It has nothing to do with your customer balance. Okay, careful. So I ignore this. Do practice if you wish to. I'm not getting into it anymore. Dunning levels. Oh, sorry, I was already here. Next, after charges, my next tab should be minimum amounts. Here, many of you might have uh, thought of this, that if my customer is due for petty amount, that is 10 rupees, 100, 500 rupees, am I still going to send him a dunning? No. You can maintain a minimum amount for which the dunning should be made, for which the reminders should be sent. You can enter the minimum amount or percentage. Interest is a separate thing. Just look into a minimum amount and percentage. Okay? Then you can know whether the dunning is to be done or not. Next. I'm ignoring this for now. You can practice for yourselves. Then dunning texts. Very important and large part of the configuration. Click. System would ask you for the company code 9001. Upon this selection, you will have another thought. Can we make dunning for vendor? That means, should I tell vendor that I am due to you for certain amount? Excuse me. Yes. Sometimes when vendor asks you for the due amount, that means vendor asks you that how much is I'm due to you, due to the vendor, I need to send him a statement. The format is completely different, though you can still send a dunning. I haven't seen any of my clients using dunning for vendor. Okay, so just proceed with customer and continue. Here, do not uncheck or change anything here because they correspond to a different company code, not your company code. So go to new company code 900. That system is prompted because my company code is 9001 and I just used it previously. Continue. Here's my company code. Do not check mark on any of the checkboxes, please. If you want to done by dunning area, then only check mark. Because we did not define any dunning area, do not check mark this. And separate notice per dunning level. If you wish to have separate notices per dunning level, you can proceed. Currently, I have only one notice I'll be using against all the three dunning levels. And save. And save again. Okay. Now, system pushes you back to minimum amounts tab, but you need to re-enter the dunning text. So this is the second time we are entering into dunning texts. Company code again 9001 and customer radio button. This is my dunning level 1, 2, and 3. And what is this form? Form is nothing but the letter. In SAP technical language, we call a paper or a written text as a form. So we need to choose one. There are many standard forms. I'll guide you what to choose here. After you go for drop down, go with the dunning form in the second level. I'll tell you why. And from 800, choose language E and translate saved. Done. There you are. You may ask me, there are other dunning forms as well, 1, 2, and 3. Why did we go for the second one only? Why not the first one? I'll tell you. We are here at client 800. That means my system number is 800. Here, the dunning form has only client 000, not client 800. Similarly, the last one, the client is 000, not 800. But here you will find client 800. So since we are using English language, let's use language EN. EN stands for English. Translate saved. There you can just copy and paste it. All right. We are done with this. You don't have an option to save. So you need to just click back once and now save. System would say that you haven't entered charges or minimum amounts. That's just a warning. Just press enter. Another warning saying minimum amounts. Yes, I ignored them for now. Press enter. There you go. You have configured the dunning procedure. Last but not the least thing, this dunning procedure needs to be assigned to your customer. Let's assign to my customer. What is the T code to change a customer? Okay, let me come this way. What was the T code to create a customer? It was FD01. To change a customer, it's FD02. And to display a customer, it's FD03. Since I'm going to assign, I'm going to go inside my customer and add this dunning procedure field. That means I'm changing my customer. So the T code is FD02. Yes, this is my customer. If not, you can choose from the drop down. Here. Since we are in the general data, the dunning field is shown in the company code data. So go to company code data. And then under correspondence tab, here you have the dunning procedure. 9001 is my dunning procedure. Let it save. And the changes have been made. Okay. So let's execute the dunning. That means sending reminders to my customers. Do I have any open items for a customer? Let's check in the customer item report. That should help us. 5N. Okay, under open items, I would see. Well, I have an open item which is on 10th of March. Okay, is this due? Due date is on 10th. That means this is only due as of today. Today is 10th March. It is only due, not overdue. Okay, but I need some invoices which are overdue. So let's post some invoices for the past date. All right, let's see. I just create a new session. Oh, it's again some problem. Let me directly type in the T code for FP70. Okay, there you are. Date, I'll be posting some old date such as 1st March 2018. Let's say invoice number 1, 1st March 2018. Let's post 2 invoices, 12,000 minimum amount. And I simulate. Yeah, the date is 1st March. Okay, and post. Let me check the customer line item report. So the net due date for this item was 1st March, so this is overdue by now. If you want to check whether it is due or overdue, you can add a column by changing the layout. The field is net due date. To find exactly where it is, I need to assign, I need to sort these fields in an ascending order. Net due date, it starts with N. Let's element. Yeah. Net due date symbol. I paste it somewhere around here and send it there. There you go. So this symbol means that it's overdue and a bell icon means it's due. So let me post another document which is overdue, probably 2nd or 3rd of March. Amount this time 14K. And let me post. I posted. Let's check the line items. Layout again. I know that's this due date. If you want to save the layout, as I did not save my layout, if you want to save the layout, after adding a column here, just go to this icon and save layout. This will save the layout. Later on, you can choose it from here. Select layout. Okay. In this case, I haven't saved my layout, so I will have to reconfigure the column from change layout. However, you know that this is the due. Now, let's run a dunning program. There is another Tico to run. Let's get into it. Let me remove some extra tabs here. Okay, extra sessions, I mean. So let's go to accounting, financial accounting. So now we are running a dunning program. Periodic processing, F150 dunning. F150 is the decode for dunning. Let's go inside. Interface is, or the screen or the selection screen is quite similar to APP automatic payment program F110. Today I'm running the program on 10th of March. Identification, my company code. That doesn't matter. Next parameters. Dunning date. Today I'm dunning. That's 10th of March 2018. Documents posted up to 10th of March 2018. Company code 9001. Customer, I only have one customer. As many customers as you wish, you can choose here. Okay, either enter the range or you can specifically or explicitly enter the values of your customers. Then after this, there's nothing in the free selection. Just go to additional log, re-enter your customer number, and save. With this step, I have maintained the parameters. Now, let's schedule the dunning run. Output device, look, it's standard LP01 in SAP. It depends from system to system. One of my client has FEP, that is front end. Many of my clients have LP01. So I use LP01 here in this ITEST server. So I have here start immediately, check mark. Dunning print with scheduling. Yes, I want to print schedule, and output schedule is this. So now schedule. Let's wait while it runs in the background. It says select and print is scheduled. I need to continuously click this. It says the select and print is running. This is kind of a refresh button here. It's still running. Still running. Yeah, it's complete. I've been pressing enter or this icon to just see the refreshed status. Finally says that the print is complete. As we used to do in APP, we used to check the log. So we check the log here as well. Let's see. It says there were 3 documents. Very good. Let's see what documents are there. Let's go to my customer line items. Let me go to my customer line items. That's PL5N. Yes, there were 3 documents, 503, 504, and 6003. Okay, 503 has new dunning level, 504 has dunning level, 603 does not have, because the days of arrears are less than or equal to 0. As I told you that it should be overdue, not due. The document you're seeing here, 4000, was only due, not overdue. Whereas the 2 documents were overdue, and system is considering them. Let's see. It says that this document has 9 days arrears, it has 8 days arrears, but this has 0 days arrears. Fine, that's fine. So it says successfully printed, one running notice was read. Now, where do I find my dunning notices? You need to go to system and own spool requests. There it is, your dunning. Okay. Let's wait for it to open. There you are. My customer, XYZ Electronics. This is the first dunning notice. This is the body of the letter. The invoice is listed below due for payment, and so on. Look, though it shows the 3 items along with arrears, it also says total of due items are only 26, 12, and 14. 4 is just due, not overdue. So balance of account is 30,000 total, but total of due items that overdue are only 26,000. You may also ask me, where can I change the text? This text can be changed only by a mapper, that's a technical guy. You need to tell him what the text is required and he will change it for you. You cannot freely change it without a proper technical knowledge. Because this is a form, forms are quite delicate. There are alignments everywhere, margins, sortings everywhere, and formulae applied. So a functional consultant need not get into this soon. Maybe after some years of experience, you may get into this and play with it. So I hope I'm done with dunning. So next time you do the dunning, it should be between 10 days because the interval of days I mentioned was 10 days. If you try to re-enter, let's see what happens if I try to rerun the dunning. For example, I run the dunning again saying another run. Okay, parameters the same. I'm rerunning the dunning run, which is less than 10 days of intervals, which I specified in the configuration. Let's see if system allows me to run or not. I schedule LP01 as usual. Similar steps, no deviations. It says print is complete. Wow. Let's see the log. What does it say? As new dunning level 1. There is also a log here says last dunning date was 10th of March. Dunning frequency not reached. So the dunning must be done after 10 days. Okay, no dunning data is generated. Just a trick, another trick and tip. If you want to practice the dunning again, you need not wait for 10 days. What you can do is, you can go to master data of your customer where you entered the dunning procedure, remember? FT02. System maintains the run details there. So here, system says the last done was this date and the dunning level was this. If you remove this information from here, now system has no clue when was the dunning done. So if you just now you just run the dunning after saving this, leaving this field blank, system will done. Okay, because this is the area where system gets this information that when was the last dunning happened. I hope you understood my intention, what I'm trying to say. This was just a trick. Do not try on live systems. Test and have fun with your IDEs. So I'm done with the dunning. Today we have covered this dunning session. In my next session, I would start asset accounting, which is lengthy and easy, but little complex in the beginning. For example, in AP and AR, there were many topics subdivided like payments, incoming payments, dunning, APP, and so on. Asset accounting goes as a single topic with many new words or phrases to you to learn from. Okay, we shall take up asset accounting in our next session. Practice well till then. So we'll be moving on to our next sub module, asset accounting, that is fixed assets accounting. See you in the next session. Goodbye. Take care.